Yo, what's going on, guys? So in the last game that I was playing, I talked about some of the problems with Call of Duty and how when I thought I was doing good, like people would leave the game or I get an error, disconnected, blah blah blah. And this is one of those games, so I thought I would just post it up. You'll see it at the end of the game. I think we get disconnected from the host or disconnected from the server, one of the two. But I've had both of those happen recently. And anyways, we're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about commentating because a lot of people always say like, no one views my videos because of this or that. And one of the biggest reasons that I even watch any videos, because I don't really watch the gameplay, is that look at that guy in the corner. It's commentary. Like most of the people that I watch, I listen to their commentary, and I just wanted to give some of you guys that are new, because believe it or not, you know, all these years after commentating started, there are more and more people starting to do it every day. And let me start out first by saying I don't really personally consider just talking about the game commentating. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe what I call commentating is not commentating. But the very first thing that you want to have when you commentate is you have to have confidence in your voice. Period. Like no matter what your voice sounds like, you can't be like, yeah, I, like you have. That's one thing that people look for. And the second thing is my advice for anyone that does topics or anything like that is you don't necessarily have to write out your topics, because if you write it all out, it's probably going to sound like you're reading it from a piece of paper. But you do kind of want to know what you're going to talk about going into the video. Or, like I said, some people have a lot of confidence in their speaking, and they can bullshit a lot, so they can just talk about anything they want and get away with it. So you really just got to find out what works for you. If you aren't good at tips and tricks, you should not try to give tips and tricks. If you aren't good at, telling stories, you shouldn't tell stories. You should find some other like topics to talk about or whatever. But I don't know. I've always tried to just use my channel to say whatever the fuck I want to say. So that gets kind of confusing to some people because they can't say, oh, I can tune into Sinumatic and find out, you know, life's lessons or stories about, whatever, or I can find out tips and tricks, or he's going to talk about his, problems with this game or whatever. Like, I've never been stuck on anything like that. I like to do stupid shit. I like to do serious stuff. I like to talk about my life and talk about other stuff. So, like I said, you just got to find out what it is that you're good at, and you have to make sure you have confidence. And another thing that really ruins a lot of people's commentaries is the quality. And sometimes it's because they don't have the equipment to do it, and other times it's because some people just aren't made to commentate. They don't have a voice to talk. Like, I look at it like this. When I think of a commentator, I honestly think of a radio host. You remember back in like the 80s? Hell, some of you guys probably weren't born then, but back in the 80s, when you turn on the radio, it was always a guy that's like, you're tuned into something, something, something. He either had like a Barry White deep voice, or he had a very distinctive voice. And I think that makes or breaks a lot of commentators. I know a lot of people don't like my voice. It's an acquired taste. So a lot of times that's going to be the case. Like, some people are going to like you because your voice sounds distinct, and other people are not going to like the way your voice sounds. Like, I have a nasally voice. I know, like, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I don't know, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That's another characteristic that a lot of people latch on to. And the video's running out of time. There we go. Error, connection, something. I'm out. Peace.